Imagine the world expecting a formal, rigid royal appearance, yet instead, what unfolds is something so tender, so unexpectedly human, that it leaves the entire crowd breathless. A stolen smile. A subtle touch. A fleeting moment that seemed almost ordinary, but because it was between Princess Leonor of Spain and Prince Christian of Denmark, it became extraordinary. Many thought royal love was distant, carefully hidden from view. But on this day, something very different happened, and it changed everything. The sweetest moment between Princess Leonor and Prince Christian has now been confirmed, and it is rewriting the story of Europe's young royals. But what truly happened that day? Why does this single moment carry so much weight for two monarchies? And why are millions of people around the world still talking about it? Let's step into the scene. The cameras were rolling, the crowd was alive with excitement, and both families, the Spanish royal household and the Danish royal court, were in attendance. All eyes were on Leonor and Christian. Their every gesture, every glance, every breath was being scrutinized by an audience that spans continents. And then, it happened. A moment so brief that some wondered if they imagined it. Yet those who caught it knew they had witnessed something rare. Leonor leaned just slightly toward Christian, and he, almost instinctively, responded with a warmth that broke through centuries of royal stiffness. This was not just two young royals exchanging politeness. This was something more, something intimate, something real. But what does it mean? And how far does this connection between them truly go? As we rewind the story, the first curiosity loop opens. How did their paths cross so closely? Born into two of Europe's oldest dynasties, Leonor of Spain and Christian of Denmark were raised worlds apart yet in strikingly parallel lives. Both grew up under immense pressure. Leonor is the heir to the Spanish throne, Christian is the future king of Denmark. Both shaped by duty, tradition, and an ever-present spotlight. And yet, in moments like this, they show us that beneath the crown lies the heart of two young people discovering each other. But here's the deeper question. Was this sweet moment truly spontaneous, or was it carefully orchestrated by their families to hint at something bigger? Whispers inside the palaces suggest that this connection is more than coincidence. Insiders claim that meetings between the Spanish and Danish royals have been increasing, private conversations flowing behind the walls of marble halls. Could this be the first public glimpse into a carefully nurtured bond, one that might unite two nations through love? Now, let's pause and reflect. What does it mean for Europe if Princess Leonor and Prince Christian truly are building a personal connection? The media headlines will call it romantic, the fans will celebrate it, but the dynasties see it differently. For Spain, Leonor's happiness carries the weight of a nation longing for a modern monarchy, one that blends tradition with relatability. For Denmark, Christian's role has always been marked by his quiet strength. Together, their story could create one of the most powerful alliances in modern royal history. And yet, the tension rises. Because every moment of affection between them sparks debate. Some say Leonor should remain focused solely on her role as Spain's heir, undistracted by love. Others argue that Christian, too, must put duty before personal desire. The clash between love and responsibility has haunted monarchies for centuries. Will Leonor and Christian be the ones to finally bridge that gap, or will history repeat itself? Let's return to that sweetest moment. Notice the details, the way Leonor's eyes softened when she looked at him, the way Christian leaned slightly closer as if to shield her from the overwhelming gaze of the public. These aren't rehearsed gestures. These are human instincts, signals that speak louder than words. In those few seconds, they weren't future rulers. They were simply two young people sharing a bond, unaware, or perhaps very aware, that the world was watching. But what happens next? That's where the story deepens. Because one moment leads to another. The warmth exchanged here led to speculation about what goes on behind closed doors. Are private letters exchanged between the two? Do their families encourage private meetings away from the public eye? Sources hint at summer gatherings, shared confidences, and whispered conversations. Each detail fuels curiosity, and each answer only leads to more questions. This is the chained loop of intrigue, because the audience doesn't just want to know what happened at that event. They want to know if this story is the beginning of something far greater. Could this be Europe's next great royal love story? Could Spain and Denmark, through Leonor and Christian, find a symbolic unity that echoes across the continent? Now, let's widen the lens. For centuries, royal marriages have not just been about love, they've been about politics, alliances, and legacy. But in today's world, where tradition collides with modernity, love stories like this remind people why they still care about monarchies. They remind us that behind the formalities and traditions are individuals longing for connection, affection, and meaning. And yet, the question remains, will Leonor and Christian be allowed to write their own story, or will duty once again take precedence? The sweetness of their confirmed moment shows us that the human heart is powerful, but the crown is heavier still. As we journey further into their narrative, think about what this means for the future. Spain's monarchy, often under pressure, could be revitalized by Leonor's relatability, her warmth, and her ability to show genuine human emotion. Denmark, known for its stable monarchy, could see Christian's reign begin with a story that bridges families and nations. Together, they could symbolize a new era. But if history warns us of anything, it's that royal love is never simple. The moment confirmed between Princess Leonor and Prince Christian was sweet, yes. But it was also layered with meaning, tension, and anticipation. The sweetness is only the beginning. Behind it lies a world of possibilities, challenges, and choices that will define not just two individuals, but the future of Europe's royal legacy. Stay with this story. Because what seems like a fleeting gesture today may, in time, be remembered as the first spark of a royal love that changed everything.